With a loaded slate of MCU movies on the way, Kevin Feige has one in mind that he cannot wait for. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. This slate is filled with heavy hitters, including sequels for Captain America and Spider-Man, along with the MCU's first solo outing for the Fantastic Four. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige specified which upcoming Marvel movie is his most anticipated release. After a smaller slate of projects than usual in 2024 for Marvel Studios, 2025 will bring over half a dozen new entries to the big and small screen. This will also coincide with the start of the MCU's Phase 6, which will deliver at least 6 new films to theaters by 2027. He also noted that filming for the movie will finish by December 1st before the Fantastic Four moves right into our next Avengers movie. Well, I'm excited about all of them, but I would say, Fantastic Four. Again, talk about trying to bring something to life for 25 years, that is one, finally bringing Marvel's first family into the MCU. And that cast that you listed a few minutes ago is just so great. They wrap next week, we finish, the movie comes out this summer, and then all of those characters go right into our next Avengers movie, so I'm very excited for the future of the Fantastic Four. Feige shared similar comments about his excitement for the Fantastic Four with the official Marvel podcast in late June. This slate is filled with heavy hitters, including sequels for Captain America and Spider-Man, along with the MCU's first solo outing for the Fantastic Four. Further explaining the shoot schedule, he referenced how the team has not been utilized much outside of John Krasinski's cameo as Reed Richards in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and Chris Evans' role as Johnny Storm in Deadpool and Wolverine. Funny story, we start shooting the Monday after Comic-Con. The day after Comic-Con is the first day of filming on Fantastic Four. I am extremely excited by it because I think those characters are mainstays, are legendary pillars of the Marvel Universe that we've never gotten to play with or explore in any significant way apart from Multiverse of Madness and a few fun teases before in the way that we're doing it in that film. So, I'm extremely excited for that, and I'm also excited for the 2 Avengers movies, and that'll be after Fantastic Four. He also noted that filming for the movie will finish by December 1st before the Fantastic Four moves right into our next Avengers movie. Well, I'm excited about all of them, but I would say, Fantastic Four. Again, talk about trying to bring something to life for 25 years, that is one, finally bringing Marvel's first family into the MCU. And that cast that you listed a few minutes ago is just so great. They wrap next week, we finish, the movie comes out this summer, and then all of those characters go right into our next Avengers movie, so I'm very excited for the future of the Fantastic Four. Feige shared similar comments about his excitement for the Fantastic Four with the official Marvel podcast in late June. Starring Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Eben Moss-Backrack, the Fantastic Four, First Steps will be Marvel Studios' first attempt at a movie featuring the iconic quartet. It is said to take place in a 1960s-inspired, retro-futuristic world, setting them in a universe far away from Earth, 616 to start. An early synopsis for the MCU's first Fantastic Four film teased the team facing their most daunting challenge yet, coming in the form of Ralph Inessen's Galactus and Julia Garner's Silver Surfer. Inessen is expected to embody an enormous comic-accurate take on Galactus, who is sure to threaten the safety of this team's universe and everybody in it. Many are expecting some kind of incursion to take center stage as well, considering the film's place as a lead-up to the events of Avengers, Doomsday. One lingering question on fans' minds before the film's release is whether this will be the first introduction for Robert Downey Jr.'s take on Doctor Doom, who will be the big bad of the next 2 Avengers films. At the very least, many expect him to be teased in a mid- or post-credit scene as his reign of terror looms over the MCU. No matter how the details play out, anticipation is high across the board for this team to finally get its due shine in the MCU after decades outside of Marvel Studios' umbrella. With filming nearing an end, the Fantastic Four's promotional tour is expected to begin in the near future, possibly with a first full trailer dropping during February 2025's Super Bowl festivities. However everything unfolds, this team joining the MCU is sure to be a sight to behold. Kevin Feige made an important executive call about Taskmaster's death. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige made a last-minute change to Taskmaster's death in Thunderbolts** that changed the entire nature of the sequence. Olga Kurylenko's Antonia Dreykov, also known as Taskmaster, returned to the MCU for Thunderbolts * for the first time since 2021's Black Widow. While she was included in a lot of the movie's marketing materials, Taskmaster was killed very early on in the film, which has proven to be quite controversial amongst fans. Taskmaster's death in Thunderbolts * almost looked different before Kevin Feige stepped in and made an adjustment to her send-off. According to Thunderbolts * director Jake Schreier, he presented the scene to Feige where Taskmaster is killed, wanting to know if the Marvel Studios president had any feedback. Feige ultimately changed the timing of the gunshot that killed Taskmaster, resulting in her death being more shocking to the audience. While appearing on the Midnight Boys podcast, shared via YouTube, Thunderbolts * director Jake Schreier discussed the process of making the film and how he understood he wasn't only making the film for himself, but for other people too. I want to make things that I would go see, that I would think were interesting and that were cool, but then the other thing is also, it's not just about me. The way that these movies get made, and I don't feel like it takes anything away from what I did to say that, it's the efforts of so many and you're developing this with so many people like you're in there with Eric Pearson, and with Brian Chapek, and Sonny and Joanna Kahlo, and Kevin Feige, and Lou Desposito. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige made a last-minute change to Taskmaster's death in Thunderbolts * that changed the entire nature of the sequence. Olga Kurylenko's Antonia Dreykov, also known as Taskmaster, returned to the MCU for Thunderbolts * for the first time since 2021's Black Widow. While she was included in a lot of the movie's marketing materials, Taskmaster was killed very early on in the film, which has proven to be quite controversial amongst fans. Schreier then mentioned Kevin Feige as well, revealing exactly how the Marvel boss changed Taskmaster's death in Thunderbolts *. And part of what was fun about it is that if you put something interesting in front of Kevin, he is so good at working with it and he's so good in the edit room. Like, oh, you actually want to land that beat here, so it's kind of off the beat with the music, so it feels more like a surprise when Antonia gets shot in the head. And like the next test screening, all of a sudden, you got the gasps that we weren't getting in the one before that. The Thunderbolts * director then mentioned that he understood he was meshing his own perspective with Feige's perspective, and hoped that it would be a good movie that would please all audiences. I think when you've got the person there who's made all the best of the most classic versions of these things, and then he's also saying, make it different, and you're bringing him stuff like, I come from a little bit of a different world that, like, he speaks for a certain side of the fandom. I love a lot of these movies, I speak from my own perspective of what I like in them. I think like if everyone comes with that and you can still say, at the end of the day, that you all like what you're making, you agree that there's something interesting about it, then you just hope it's a good movie and you hope people like it. In the interview, Schreier also talked about what he felt set him apart from other filmmakers in Feige's eyes. One thing the director mentioned about Feige was that he always felt like the movie was never truly finished, and that something could always be improved, particularly using the motto, always be +ing. I think it's more. I mean, it's good to have a take on what you're doing. I don't know that you have to articulate that full take going into the process, because part of the way Marvel works and what Kevin's so good at is that form of collaboration and this